Hi, I'm Paris, and between getting older, dealing with some illnesses, dealing with the side effects of medications, taking for those illnesses, I'm working hard to try and keep my brain sharp, but I'm not quite sure how well I'm doing.
parristx shows you only the best.
And what I use for my daily brain barometer is the Amazon Echo, also known as Alexa, question of the day. So in the morning when I'm making lunches for everyone, I'll ask it, hey, play question of the day. And more than half the time, I'm able to get the right answer. And when you get the right answer, you get a bonus question. Yay! And sometimes I even get that one right too. So I'm smug on those days that I'm doing real well. But then I miss questions and I don't know, is it because it's like a trivia game? So is it just, some modern music thing that I don't know that much about, or have some memory slipped that I can't quite put a finger on to bring them up and answer the question? So I knew I got more than half the time I would get the right answer, but I didn't know what my percentage was until they started including, well, this is on if you have a device with the screen. Our device in the kitchen does have the screen. And so when you're done, you get a look at your stats that include your percentage correct. Well, let me take you out to the kitchen and I'll show you, in case you're not familiar with the device or the little quiz, I'll show you all that. And then I'll show you what my grade is. Computer, play question of the day.
Welcome back. Here is today's question of the day. The topic is history. It is worth 7 points. In 1917, King George V of Britain changed the name of his royal house to Windsor. From which previous name? You can answer A. Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, B. Stuart, C. Hanover, or D. Hufflepuff.
B.
That's a good guess.
Oh no, I'm wrong.
The correct answer was A. Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, as the British Royals official
I knew it wasn't Hufflepuff.
And the name Windsor was adopted after the castle.
Okay, well, we all learned something. 30% of the people got that right.
This one right.
So that was a hard one.
You have earned a total of 1,146 points. Play again tomorrow and start your
So
daily
here we
quiz
go.
streak by
Here are my
asking for the question
stats.
of the day.
And my percent correct is 71%. That's a low C average. I knew it wasn't Hufflepuff, so I feel like I should get some credit for that. But what concerns me is my 71% average. Now, do they give everyone the same questions on the question of the day? That I don't know. They could tailor it to the person. So if you tend to miss even the easy questions, they'll give you more easy questions so you can still feel like, hey, I at least get more than half right. And if you always get them right, they give you really difficult. I'm not sure how it works. I'm thinking, though, the question of the day is the same for everyone. So I was curious if there's anyone out there watching that also does the question of the day, and you can see your stats like I was able to there. What kind of percent correct do you get? Now on the same device, I'll also play Jeopardy! And it still has the voice of Alex Trebek, which was nice for a while after he passed away because he's so closely associated with Jeopardy! But it's been a while now and they've moved on to other hosts, and it's, well, for me anyway, it's just seeming a little bit morbid that he greets me when I ask the device to play that and tells me, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, and things like that. It's getting to be just a little strange.
And welcome. Get ready for these clues.
As a spokesman for Colonial Penn, this host of Star Search helped people over 50 search for life insurance.
Who is Ed McMahon?
Good job.
Okay, let's move on then. Come back tomorrow for more Jeopardy clues.
But voice from beyond, notwithstanding, on the Jeopardy game I usually will get, 60 to 80%. They'll usually tell me I'm in the top half. Sometimes I'm in the top 20%. So they don't show you a screen like that. Or maybe I just don't know how to get into seeing my stats on the Jeopardy app. But generally I would think, again, my correct answers are somewhere around 70%. Now, to actually test intelligence in some quick and dirty way, they should at least include a question or two that uses math. You need some logic, something that doesn't just rely on your knowledge of trivia. I think Jeopardy questions are better than the question of the day questions for seeing if you've still got the wherewithal up here. But I'd really like to find one that would involve logic and reason and maybe some math, so it doesn't rely as much on knowing the latest gossipy news. If you can recommend something like that, preferably free, that just takes a minute or two to do each day, whether it's on the Echo device or on the phone, but just something to sort of keep an ongoing graph of how my smarts are doing to see if they're trending downwards. So please let me know about that in the comments down below this video. Now, other things that I do, I do solitaire on the phone every day. That's a mental challenge. I still like to do Sudoku with a pencil and paper. And I'm not so big on crossword puzzles, but I both want to have some activity I can do that's both mentally stimulating daily, because that's important, but also one that keeps track of my intellectual capacity, sort of like how my Fitbit does for taking a certain number of steps each day. Maybe I can have something that keeps track of how many thoughts I have each day, and if I'm not thinking enough, it gives me a little vibration and says, think some more. And in the interest of bettering my brain, I recently did reinstall Words with Friends. I haven't had that on my phone in some years, and I didn't know, is anyone still playing this game? It seems like the invitations I get to play are from people with particularly provocative profile photos. And I did go say, well, they want to play Words with Friends, but after the first word, then you get a message from them. What are we going to talk about? You played one word. I question their dedication to improving their spelling and vocabulary. But if anyone out there plays Words with Friends to actually improve those things and to have fun playing an intellectual game, I'm parristx on Words with Friends. I know learning a new language is good for improving the plasticity of your brain, and I did take German back in high school and college, got so-so at it. I lived in Japan for 6 years, got so-so at Japanese, married a native Spanish speaker, yeah, not even so-so at Spanish, unfortunately, but even though I have all of that to fall back on, what I'm interested in learning is French. There's just such a nice sound to the language and to songs like Champs-Élysées. Probably said that terribly, but I'd like to be able to say it well. Now, if you have any other suggestions for brain building or brain monitoring apps or activities, please let me know in the comments down below. I really do want to set aside some time every day to both improve things and to keep a record of how they're going. And for all my various doctor visits, I have yet for them to ask me, how is your mental functioning? But before they do, I would like to have accumulated the data to be able to show, look at this, I'm doing great. And I'll see you on the next review.
There are so many choices and you don't want to stress. You want your health food at home, receiving only the best. That's what we're here for, we give honest reviews. parristx.